Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Odo from According to Brittany, a social media and content marketing agency, and I'm here to talk to you about Instagram Reels. So if you don't know, which how could you not, Instagram has released their TikTok version, which is called Instagram Reels, and it's basically where you can create short form videos similar to TikTok, and I'm going to teach you here how to get started on Instagram Reels right after we cue up this intro, so stay tuned. Okay guys, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I am not that thrilled about Reels. I just have very strong feelings about it, and as a TikTok stan, I just love TikTok, but I know there's a lot going on with TikTok potentially getting banned and like privacy issues. So plus Instagram is Instagram, so it's just one of those things where, you know, it makes sense that they would create something like this, and for people to want to be on it or learn it so they can create content there makes total sense. So if you want to know like my real true feelings about Instagram Reels, we are not going to discuss that in this video today. Today we're just solely talking about getting started, but I am going to have a blog post more on just my thoughts and feelings around Reels versus TikTok, so you can check that out on my blog at accordingtobrittany.com/blog. Oh look, it's right here, yay. Okay, so let's just talk about first with how to use the Instagram Reels on the Instagram app. So one thing that Instagram is really good at is just making things like fairly simple and user friendly, and so using Reels is I found it to be fairly easy. So once you open up the Instagram app, just like you would to create any type of content like stories or go live, you're gonna click on that little camera button at the top left of the app, and it's gonna open up just like it normally would. And now instead of it saying, I believe it would say like things like boomerang and all these different options that you have for stories, now there's a story option, a Reels option, and I believe a live option. So all you're gonna do is click on the Reels option at the bottom. So now that you've opened up the app, you're gonna see the Reels function. First thing you'll notice is the record button at the bottom, and you can record multiple clips with the record button. So you can like push the button and record something, then stop, record something else, up to like 15 seconds worth of video. So that's pretty cool. On the left side, the first icon is going to be the music button, and that's where you can like add different music. Definitely a cool feature. What I didn't like about it though is that if you save the video, at least what I noticed, maybe with multiple videos, but if you use sound and then you save the video, the sound might not save with it. So like I saved a Reels that I did, and it had a song with it, and then I saved it to my phone and the song was gone, and it said that it's not going to save the song with it. So a little bit of annoying, but you have that feature, and obviously when you post it on Reels or on Instagram, it will have that feature. Okay, the next icon is going to be the speed icon, and that's how you can film the video like in a faster speed or a slower speed. So kind of like using like slow motion, you know, if you want to talk slower or do something really fast, you use that button to do that. The next button after that is going to be your effects, which is my favorite, because sometimes, you know, when you're an entrepreneur and you're working from home, you're a lot of times not all glammed up, and sometimes you want to just throw on a filter and do a little quick story or something, and you know, you're not always looking great, you know, sometimes you just roll out of the bed and you're in your pajamas. So I love that you can have effects. And I really love that it uses the same effects that you can use on stories. So if you save like different effects and filters that you like on your Instagram story, when you go to Reels, you can use those exact effects. So I love that, because a lot of times I will save filters that I like because they are like pretty or they make me look good when I'm like doing a story or a live, or not a live, but doing a story. So I like that. One thing I did notice though is that some filters made filming a video kind of hard. Like I noticed my phone would get kind of hot, and sometimes it would slow down and like wouldn't be able to film anything at all. So keep that in mind. It was some filters, not all, like any that I noticed like some that had like, I love filters that have like sparkle and glitter on them, those ones did not do very well on Reels. Like my phone would get really hot when I was trying to film, and then it eventually like wouldn't film at all. So keep that in mind, but it is a feature that you can use. You don't have to, but it is a feature that you can use on Reels. All right, the next icon is the timer icon, and that's how you can, choose how long you want to film at a time. So like you can do like hands-free filming. So if you need to do something that's not where you're not touching the phone and pushing the button, you can use that. And you can also use it where you can move the little bar, and you can pick like how long it should film for. So if you're doing like a video where you're doing multiple parts, you can move that to like, okay, I'm only gonna film this part, and then when that part's done, I'm only gonna do this part and this part. So definitely very helpful and handy. And then at the very bottom, you'll see the uploads little sticker, and that's where you can upload videos and pictures from your camera roll. Love that feature. And I noticed that you can, one thing I noticed like with TikTok, once you start filming a video, you can't upload anything. You either have to like green screen it or something like that. But with Reels, you are able to upload things after you film something. So you can film something and then put in a little video or photo from your camera roll. So that's pretty handy. So those are the buttons, the icons on the side. Okay, now once you've filmed your Reels, you're gonna see a couple more buttons after you've filmed it. So one button that you'll see is the align button that comes up at the bottom, and that's a really, really cool feature that TikTok doesn't have, which is where you can film something and then push that button and it'll show you where you were positioned in that last video, and you can line yourself up with it, which is really cool. And if you're doing videos where you're like doing transitions or like changing outfits or stuff like that, that makes it really handy, because then your videos can look a little smoother than with TikTok. Like you have to be really diligent about it. That's why I never do transitions on TikTok, because you have to be diligent and determined, and I am not. So that's a good feature. Then you'll also see at the bottom there's some arrows next to the record button. The arrow on the left side, if you click it, it'll show you the last clip that you filmed, and the arrow on the right will show you the full video. So like from start to finish. When you click the button on the right that shows you the full video, you'll also see the option to add text, add stickers, draw on it, just like the same options that you have with stories. It's those same exact options. With the text, once you have the text and put it where you want it, there will be a little bar at the bottom that shows you how you can adjust the text to put it where you want in the video. When I first did it, I was so confused and I had no idea what I was doing. But it's really easy once you understand it. You just have to move the little bar where you want the text to be, and it'll only show up in those places. It's very similar to TikTok, where you move the little bar across the video where you want the text to be. Okay, now that you filmed your reel, you figured out how to do the reel, you finished your reel, then it's time to post it. So you'll have the option to select the cover of the reel. You can put your caption in and your hashtags, and you can choose where it goes. So you can put it on your news feed, or you don't have to if you don't want to. You can put it in your story, and then once you start making reels, when you go to your Instagram profile, you'll have a little reels icon on it, and that's where all your reels will go. So you can click there and see them. So you don't have to put them on your news feed if you don't want to, and you just want to have them on Reels. You can put them on your story. You can share them to your story anytime. And of course, you can download them and post them other places. Okay, now we know how to use Reels. We've seen how the app works and how to do the mechanics of it. Best thing to do when you're trying to learn a new app is just to go out and do it. Like open up the app, play around with it. If you use TikTok, it's very similar to TikTok, and that knowledge of TikTok will definitely help you. It's just really the Instagram version. But it's fairly easy to learn and pick up once you like really just play around with it and use it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But let's talk about the fun stuff, which is content. You know your girl loves talking about content. So let's get into some content ideas. Okay, so just like with any content that you're creating, you always want to think about the value. You want to think about, how am I going to provide value to my audience? So you're going to think about your clients, you're going to think about what they want, what they need to see, what they need to learn. You're going to think about your messaging, what's important to you, what do you want people to know. You're going to think about your services and the things that you do as a service provider, as a coach, as someone who provides a product to someone. What do you do and what do you want people to know about your business, about what you do? you, the value that you add. And so that's how you're going to really start with creating content. And that's really my advice for any content that you create, is to really think about those things and how you want to present them. Of course, this is another way to do it, through video. So always the first thing you can do when you're thinking of ideas is start with the tips and tricks. What value can you provide? So like one reel that I did was like I've done 2 so far that I've posted. One was about some fun office things that I bought on sale, which I'm an entrepreneur. I serve entrepreneurs, so I'm always thinking about that person, that entrepreneur who is, the person that I'm trying to reach. And so posting things about things to have in your home office is very relevant for them. I also did one about how to use I can't say her name because she's sitting right here, and if I say it, she's gonna go off and start talking. But the thing that you say, like, hey, Alexa, I needed you to do something. And so one thing I always do is I always talk to her whenever I need ideas for writing, when I'm writing my clients' content. And so I showed that tip on my Instagram reels, and it's just a way to show, like, I'm a writer, I write, here's a writing tip for you. And that keeps me at the top of people's mind when they're thinking about writing. And also it's just like fun, cute content. So obviously doing things like that where you're giving tips, giving tricks, providing value is always going to be good content. Next is funny stuff, like funny, fun, relevant content, things that are going on in the news. Think about things that are going on in your industry or things that people are thinking about. How can you make a joke of it? You can talk in your reels, you can do skits in your reels, you can do all kinds of things. So think about that. Think about the sounds that are on TikTok, on Instagram, and even think about TikTok. Like, what kinds of funny things are people doing on there? There's tons of funny things on TikTok that you can adapt to your business and make it your own. So that's, of course, always one thing. Another thing that you can do is, if you're, kind of failing with coming up with ideas, start off with sharing TikToks on your reel. So if you're already making TikToks, share them on your reel so you can just, start getting that traction on reels and start getting your content up, because one, we don't know if TikTok is going to even be here in the next couple months, so we want to make sure that we keep that content. And then 2 is just, I've love sharing my TikToks on Instagram because people love them, and it's really great content, so I love sharing it wherever I can. So that's one thing you can do. And then last idea is that if you go to your Discover page and you click on a Reels video, if you scroll up, you'll see other Reels videos. So it'll show you all the different Reels. And so obviously the more you get into it and the more that you, use Reels and use your use the app, it'll show you I'm not gonna say for sure, I don't know this for sure because I know this from TikTok, that the more that you use TikTok, the more it's gonna show you content that for sure is what you like. I would assume that Instagram would do that, but I don't know that 100%. I haven't used it enough to know if that's true, but you can look through and see like different popular content and see what's trending and see other ideas and get inspired that way. That's always a good way. Especially with video content, like with TikTok, a lot of times I get ideas from watching other TikToks, and I'm sure that Reels is going to be the same way. All right, so that is all I have for you guys today about Reels. I hope that you found this helpful and interesting. Definitely feel free to follow me at According to Brittany on Instagram, and you can see the Reels that I'm creating. The jury's still out on it. It's still fairly new, but I think it does have some good features, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Instagram trying to take away my TikTok. But I still love TikTok. I will see how we feel about Reels over time. I think what'll happen, if I was predicting, is that it would just kind of become another feature on Instagram, like stories, where it's just a part of Instagram. But I think that TikTok really just dominates as far as the algorithm goes and as far as getting people the reach that they want. I did notice some pretty good reach on Instagram. Like, I did see that my content was getting shared with new people on Reels, so that's something to consider. But I wasn't really sure if it was the exact people that I wanted to target with my Reels. So keep that in mind. But we'll see. Of course, Instagram is always going to be tweaking it and working with it and trying to figure out the best ways to do things. So I'm sure we're going to see some really cool things coming out fairly soon. So it's a good time to really try to figure it out and learn about it right now while you can, and people are still figuring it out. So like I said, follow me on Instagram if you want to see my reels, because I'm definitely going to be creating more. And if you have any questions or anything, definitely leave them in the comments. I will for sure answer them. And let me know in the comments, are you using reels? What do you think of it? What do you think of it versus TikTok? What are your questions about it? And I'll definitely answer them and let you know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so you can see more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.